People v. John David Myers, murder in the second degree.
I was a huge fan, Mr. Myers.
My client appreciates that, Judge.
I said was. How does he plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
I assume your client can make substantial bail, Miss Cutler.
We're not consenting to bail, Judge. The people request remand.
His face is recognized all over the world. Where's he gonna go?
Your Honor, if I may,
And you are?
Mr. Myers, psychiatrist.
How about that? My grandson's pediatrician won't even make a house call.
Mr. Myers is heavily medicated. He can't function.
He confessed to brutally slaughtering a woman he'd just met.
He's been under my daily care for 3 years.
I wouldn't really brag about that, Doctor.
Your Honor.
Sit. I'm remanding the defendant and ordering observation at Bellevue.
Mason did it. He made Scotty call me. He's a parasite. He's filth.
Mr. Fisher, the jury will ignore the witness's remark. Strike it from the record.
Redirect, Your Honor.
If the witness can control himself.
I'll show you what I'll call Defendant's Exhibit 4. Oh, my God.
Approach. Let me have that.
No way, Your Honor. This is only meant to outrage the jury.
My client's defense is that the deceased died when the towers came down. This is evidence.
Evidence to make the jury throw up? Rule of thumb. In my court, that's inadmissible.
And the plea?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
There's a first. Miss Evelyn?
The defendant shot and killed his brother's wife within days of being released from prison. Bail shouldn't even be a consideration.
I don't suppose you agree with that.
Hail Schmail. What's a couple of days in Rikers after 10 years in Attica? I'm not going to waste your time, Your Honor.
You know what, Counselor? This is a first.
Tú eres un demonio, asesino. ¡Esa es mi esposa! Yo te mato, bastardo. Let him kill you first. Yo te mato, es mi esposa. She's my wife. Cabrón, she's my wife. Asesino. Calm down. Bastardo. Lilado, yo te mato, asesino. Asesino.
Nothing like a little excitement to get the heart pumping. What's next on the menu?
Docket number 534781, People versus Clara Perazzo. Charges murder in the second degree.
Surprise me, Miss Perazzo.
I don't know what you mean.
I need a plea. Did you do it?
Yes.
I don't think my client understands, Your Honor.
I understand perfectly. I killed the SOB.
She's obviously mentally disturbed.
The defendant killed her husband, Your Honor.
She ran him over 4 times with her car.
I admire her restraint.
I object.
Cool your jets, Counselor. Shall we take this from the top?
No need to, Your Honor. Dom is dead, and I did it. I knew exactly what I was doing.
I'm not supposed to express personal opinions in the courtroom, but I've got to tell you, Miss Perazzo, you make me proud to be an American.
Thank you.
Cheating on you, was he?
Yeah, but I could live with that. I could live with his perversions. But I won't go under the knife for anyone. These were good enough for him when we got married.
You said that Corey wanted to do something different than the other girls. By the other girls, you mean the other girls that you and the other Mac Rangers had sex with?
Yeah. The other girls at school.
And you got 1 point for each girl, is that right?
Your Honor.
Sit down, Mr. Greer.
Miss Borgia?
Jennifer Clark has been found alive, Your Honor. She appears to be okay.
The people move for immediate sentencing.
The defense does not object.
I understand you've both agreed to a recommendation as a part of the negotiated deal. Time served on all counts, Mr. McCoy?
That's right, Your Honor.
Mr. Jacobs, please rise. Mr. Jacobs, this negotiated arrangement with the people is something I find contrary to the interests of justice. A child taken by you against her will, returned by you to her lawful custodian in exchange for your freedom, is an agreement against public policy. Therefore, I find that mandating enforcement of an agreement reached under these circumstances would be a perversion, not a fulfillment of jurisprudence. I will not honor it. Your sentence is my discretion, Mr. Jacobs. I'm imposing the maximum time allowed by law.
Your Honor, my client withdraws his guilty plea.
That's certainly his right. He wants a trial? We'll conference tomorrow afternoon to set a date.
What are you talking about? We had a deal. You can't do this.
You had no deal with me, Mr. Jacobs.
What? No. We had a deal. We had a deal, you son of a bitch.
That's enough.
Hey. We had a deal, you son of a bitch.
Officers, remove the defendant from the court.
You made a deal, son of a bitch. Come on, let's go. Son of a bitch. We had a deal. We had a deal.
How do you plead, Mr. Marchetti?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
People on bail, Miss Sutherland?
The people ask remand, Your Honor.
Mr. Marchetti has ties to the community, a minor child in school.
At the time of Mr. Marchetti's arrest, he was preparing to leave the country in the company of that minor child.
Your Honor, he and his daughter were going abroad to get away.
Exactly.
To grieve. The healing process, Miss Sutherland. You've heard of it?
Your Honor.
He just lost his wife.
He just lost his wife. Careful, Mr. Greer. You're treading dangerously close to the textbook definition of chutzpah.
All I meant, Your Honor, is Mr. Marchetti wasn't fleeing the jurisdiction.
Short-sighted of him. Bail is set at $300,000 cash or bond. Defendant will surrender his passport next.
These witnesses are relevant, Your Honor. Professor Murphy's study quantifies the economic discrepancies between the races. Professor Harrison's work on law enforcement practices has been cited in every...
None of which has anything to do with her client.
It goes to her state of mind. Her fear her son would suffer the fate of many African Americans.
Your Honor, if Miss Joyner wants to establish her client's state of mind, she can call her to the stand.
Even if I do, these witnesses are evidence that her beliefs and concerns about racism in this country are reasonable.
There's no question the beliefs are reasonable. The issue is whether or not her client actually believes them.
We wouldn't be here if she didn't.
Simmer down, counselors.
The extradition hearing will be delayed until the state is through with Mr. Steinmetz. I'm glad I'm not on your 9.5 Ds, Counselor.
I'd like to request bail. Mr. Lyman should have made application for bail after the tapes were excluded based on changed circumstances.
The man is a vicious predator, and he's a flight risk.
Mr. Morrison has lived in New York for 3 years. He has close ties with the community, and he has a job to go back to after he is acquitted.
Your Honor.
There is no basis for denying bail.
Don't try to tell me my job, Mr. Morrison. You either, Mr. McCoy. Bail for this defendant is set in the amount of $1 million.
Your Honor, one more thing. I moved to suppress the necklace and my prior arrest record. The necklace has no bearing on this case.
That's absurd. Gail Churchill's discovery of the circumstances of the necklace provides the defendant with motive.
I agree with the people on the necklace. It is inextricably linked to this case. As for the fraud conviction, I'll let the conviction come in, Mr. McCoy, but not its underlying facts.
Your Honor.
That's enough, Mr. Morrison. You have a trial to prepare for.
Approach.
Your Honor, we're within the limits.
Maybe. I want this thing settled quickly. You'll have motions in my chambers tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and we'll discuss them at 1. And hold down the verbiage, okay? You give me 100 pages, I'll be very upset.
Hey, People v. Bruner, Mark P. 1-count murder in the first degree.
Jessica Sheets assigned 18B counsel on behalf of Mr. Bruner.
How does Mr. Bruner plead?
Not guilty.
In addition to the instant crime, the defendant is implicated in a homicide in Kings County.
That's very interesting, but it doesn't get you to murder one in this state, Counselor.
We can make a case for torture, Your Honor.
And am I glad I'm not the one to hear the details?
Due to the heinous nature of the crime, the people request remand.
Ms. Sheets.
Defense takes no position on bail.
Remand it is, then.
People v. Donald Cosgrove, murder in the second degree.
Your Honor, my client's already been arraigned. What is he doing here?
Let me get a plea, Mr. Cosgrove.
Doctor, not guilty.
Bail, Ms. Ross.
$500,000 on the doctor, Your Honor, and status quo for Mr. Camacho.
I'm sorry, I still don't see why we're here.
People request the cases against Mr. Camacho and Dr. Cosgrove be consolidated.
On what grounds?
People allege they both killed Nancy O'Neill.
What, me and this gangster? Your Honor, Dr. Cosgrove is a respected surgeon.
Enough. Elias Camacho remains remanded. Bail is set for Donald Cosgrove at $500,000. Now go yell at somebody else.
Cecilia Knowles isn't here today because, as you know, she's in a coma. You haven't been told why she's in a coma. Mr. Garnett alluded to the reason. I'm going to tell you why.
Objection.
She did it in a desperate, crazed attempt
Sustained.
To call attention to the fact that Mr. Taylor had gotten away with the murder of her sister.
I said sustained, Mr. McCoy.
She was so convinced of his guilt, she was ready to put herself in jeopardy to see this vicious killer brought to trial.
Mr. McCoy.
And while she lies in a hospital bed, this court has seen fit to allow the defense to speculate about her state of mind.
That's enough.
And hold her up as a patsy for Mr. Taylor. And since this court doesn't have the guts to protect the rights of the weak and voiceless...
You're in contempt, Mr. McCoy.
It's for the jury to see justice done. And justice, in this case, is holding Ken Taylor, and only Ken Taylor, responsible for the death of Julie Gore.
That's it. I am declaring an immediate mistrial.
Oh, Your Honor.
Sit down, Mr. Garnett. You opened the door for this. Ladies and gentlemen, you are dismissed. With my apologies on behalf of counsel. We're adjourned.
Continuance, huh? What grounds?
A key prosecution witness, Chaz Bailey, will be unavailable for 2 months.
Oh, no. Something happened to this young man?
He's in drug rehab in Switzerland.
Oh, thank God. See, he's finally getting the help he needs.
He's beyond our subpoena power. I suspect Senator Bailey had something to do with the choice of facilities.
Mr. McCoy, how can you stand there and vilify this man for trying to save his son's life? And I only hope that you and I never experience... I only hope that you and I never experience the kind of heartbreak this family has suffered.
6-4, People v. Jonas Stark, charges murder in the second degree. Ms. Bell, does your client have a plea?
Not guilty.
Back on the night shift, Sally. Legal aid must be understaffed again. Tell me about your client.
Mr. Stark was a dear friend of the victim. He's not likely to flee.
Mr. Stark skipped bail last time, robbery. This is homicide. He might want to miss his trial. Do you have any other objections to a substantial bail?
Well, Your Honor has already decided.
The court's mind is open. Mr. Robinette?
As Your Honor notes, Mr. Stark's appearance record is not encouraging. We asked $500,000.
People's request is granted. Next.
Didn't you manipulate Scott Fisher?
None of that is true.
What about guests on your previous shows? Didn't you arrange to have...
Objection. May we approach?
Mr. Mason's past programs are irrelevant.
Goes to motive, Your Honor.
And they're inadmissible. Put it in your pocket, Ben. I didn't let her do it to your witness. You don't do it to hers. Objection sustained.
People v. Bradley Hagan charges murder as second degree.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Hagan, I voted against your father.
I move that you recuse yourself, Your Honor.
Don't pop a gasket, Counselor. I voted for both his brothers.
People request the defendant be remanded without bail, Your Honor.
What are we having today? Special on chutzpah? Bail is set at $500,000. Do you have that on you, Mr. Hagan, or do you need a few minutes?
Your Honor?
I was joking, Counselor. Next.
Is Mr. McCoy suggesting that my client is such an accomplished actor that he can fool experts from Bellevue, Columbia Presbyterian, Johns Hopkins?
He didn't fool the camera. That evidence speaks for itself. He's malingering. His condition is an elaborate ruse to avoid prosecution.
Your Honor, that is state-sponsored blackmail.
Calm down, Mr. Dobbs. This is a mental competency hearing. I'm sure if the threat of imminent prosecution were removed permanently, Mr. Napoli would experience a remarkable recovery. I find the defendant fit to proceed to trial. Parties to meet in my chambers on Monday to set a trial date. We're adjourned.
Sure. The witness picked my client out of a lineup. That was only after she'd just seen his picture.
A photo array, I presume.
Well, you'd think, wouldn't you? One picture does not an array make.
It was a sketch made by a police artist.
Damn good one. Computer enhanced?
It was not a photographic likeness, Your Honor.
It was good enough to suggest to the witness.
United States v. Cruz, the Supreme Court ruled that court IDs are permissible even where the witness's recollection may have been tainted by viewing a photo beforehand.
The Cruz court found another basis for that idea.
In this case, The witness observed the defendant at her place of work for several hours. The lineup ID is based on that observation.
Prompted by an accurate computer likeness of his face, I failed to see the difference between that and a photograph.
Neither do I. The ID is out.
In that case, the DNA being the fruit of the illegal identification should also...
Don't press it, Mr. Schwimmer.
People versus Stephen R. Crichton. The charges are attempted murder in the second degree, assault in the first degree.
What's the plea?
Not guilty.
People?
People asked for $150,000.
That's ridiculous. Your Honor,
The victim identified the defendant.
the victim doesn't know his birds from his bees. The people's case is predicated on the testimony of an insane person.
Save it for your opening.
Your Honor, my client is a respected oral surgeon.
It's a nice counsel. I've seen Marathon Man. Fearless said $150,000. Next up.
I received this letter late this afternoon. It's unsigned. The author claims to be a co-worker of juror number 6, who he says is a racist.
Number 6, the tool and die maker.
The white tool and die maker.
The letter reads in part, I heard him say on several occasions how he can't stand taking the subway anymore because he has to ride with the blacks. He wishes they had a special car for them at the end of the train.
Have you spoken to the juror?
Yes. Of course, he denies the allegations, but I'm inclined to dismiss him.
What a coincidence, Your Honor. The first alternate juror is a young black woman. This letter is a blatant attempt to hang the jury by altering its racial makeup. It's tampering.
Unless it's true.
My husband is waiting for me in the Hamptons. I'll hear arguments on Monday.
6-3, People versus Jacqueline Scott. Charges murder in the first degree.
That's as good as it gets. What's your plea?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
My client is a valued member of the community. She employs thousands of New Yorkers who depend on her for their salary.
Does she have a cat? I like cats.
The state asks for remand without bail. Miss Scott's wealth makes her a flight risk.
Since when is financial success a criminal offense?
So let's say we make her that much less offensive. Bail is set at $2 million cash.
Your Honor, this defendant could hop on a private plane as easily as you and I could get on a subway.
But can she get a cab in the rain? I'll take your passport too, Miss Scott.
For added assurance, the people also request an electronic ankle bracelet and house arrest.
Don't fret, Miss Scott. Maybe you can cook up some matching accessories. Next.
Your Honor, is there a point to this examination? She's
Your
already
Honor, at this
admitted...
point, the people are withdrawing their plea offer and stand ready for trial.
But we have a deal.
Had a deal, Mr. Goodwin. It is the district attorney's prerogative. Give it a date, Freddie.
You want me to conclude that your clients, in fact, appeared before the grand jury because you say they did? What turnip truck do you figure I fell off of, Mr. Wachtler?
Judge.
Your choir boys were prepared to cut a deal once, Counselor. Why not go 2 for 2?
People versus